Yeah, know when the lights come on, we got another video. How y'all doing today? Hope you're having a beautiful day. Let's get it. Alright. We hopping right into it.
Long story short, don't piss off a man who's got nothing left to lose. If there hadn't been any footage of these events, nobody would have believed they actually happened. Starting with a drunk and drugged out United States Army veteran who stole a tank from the Army National Guard armor in
What?
San Diego, California, on May 17th, 1995. There was literally nothing the police could do except warn as many people as possible about what was coming.
Everybody go back in your house, get off the street. This is the San Diego Police Department. Everybody get off the street and go back into your house right now. Everybody go back into your house right now.
We saw a tank running over anything it felt like running over.
Oh my gosh. What do you do if you see a tank coming your way? What can you do besides run for your life?
The street. And we discussed what to do, and we decided that the only thing we could do is...
Look how it just ripped through that RV. Goodness.
Broadcast where it was going so everybody could keep a safe distance from it.
This is why I love America, bro. The craziest things be happening in America, bro. Like I say all the time, if you can survive in America, you can survive anywhere.
This is the San Diego Police Department. Everybody go back in your house and get off the street. This is the San Diego Police Department. Everybody get off the street, go back into your house.
I hope those people had insurance, boy, because you ain't driving nowhere.
This is the San Diego Police Department. You're in danger. Get out of the street.
Imagine being a tourist in America, and this is the first thing you see. While he's cruising on the freeway, he tries to knock down a bridge. Luckily, the bridge doesn't collapse. Then he takes off with the police and everyone else carefully watching him on TV.
He drove over fire hydrants, park benches, street lights. He attempted to drive over citizens in their vehicles.
If no one is injured by the end of this, it is amazing. Thanks to God.
Police cars. It was such an incredible hazard to people in the streets. It's beyond words.
He also drove over utility poles, knocking out power to thousands of homes in the local area. The only way to safely stop him is to wait until the tank runs out of fuel. Trying to jam the clogs that run the tank's tracks is too difficult, and pulling up on him with another tank or calling an airstrike is too risky, especially because that wouldn't be very good PR. It's important to note that this U.S. Army veteran didn't just snap that day. Over the last 5 years before this rampage, he lost everything he cared about, and his mental state deteriorated due to excessive alcohol and drug consumption. Out of his mind, he even dug an actual mine in his backyard with the help of other drug addicts whom he invited over in search of gold.
You never mess with somebody who has nothing to lose, man.
Oh my God. Able No, he just high-centered it on the center divide, just north of Genesee.
We were cut out.
To their surprise, the access hatch wasn't locked from the inside, so one of the officers with tank experience managed to open it pretty quickly. They screamed and begged for him to stop, but the U.S. Army veteran didn't seem to acknowledge them as he tried to get the tank unstuck and back on the freeway by shifting backwards and forwards. Eventually, an officer shot him, but he wasn't killed on the spot. Consequently, they dragged him out for medical attention. Ironically, he later died that evening in the hospital where he had filed 2 lawsuits against his name was Shawn Nelson. 2 years later, Rockstar released the first ever GTA game. Coincidence? I think not. And 7 years after that, an even more terrifying rampage took place by a man who built his own tank. On June 4th, 2004, the Colorado...
He built his... And another American. Oh my gosh. I freaking love America. Get with it or get lost.
welder Marvin Heemeyer sought revenge on an entire town with his heavily armored Komatsu bulldozer, now famously known as the Killdozer. Marvin was a good, reasonable man who snapped after they destroyed his life. So, he spent 18 months constructing this monstrous machine with steel and concrete, welded himself inside it, and then destroyed their town. I've acquired authentic audio tapes of Marvin and made an edit from his perspective, showcasing his rapid downfall into insanity and ever-growing lust from his perspective, showcase.
So this is what happened. These people right here saw to it that whatever he's promoting did not help their pockets in any way. So whatever ideas he's trying to come up with, whatever it is, you're going to reject it. You're an old man, whatever you're saying or whatever your ideas are. They're not gratifying us. They're not gratifying our needs. They're not pushing money in our pockets. And that's why the American government is the way it is today.
Facing his rapid downfall into insanity and ever-growing lust for revenge.
That's where we came from, over there.
That was a hell of a...
And don't get it twisted. Every country has this corruption. South Africa, Haiti, freaking Jamaica, Israel. Bro, keep going on. Every country has its own corruption. Russia, Ukraine, come on now. The Catholic, whatever, the Vatican.
A welder. I didn't ever meet anybody who disliked him.
I mean, he was confident, and I thought he was handsome, and he was larger than life. I felt safe with him.
Marv loved the snowmobile.
It's crazy when greedy people turn good people to bad people.
Marv made glove dryers. We had a Marv grill. Marv would take stock steel, bend it custom to every machine. You weren't a snowmobiler in Grand Lake unless you had a Marv bumper.
They would take down 4-inch trees, 5-inch trees, and you just keep going. That was a Marv bumper.
Hello.
Such a great dude, man.
My name is Marvin Heemeyer. This tape is about my wife. I want to say right now, God bless me in advance for the task that I am about to undertake. And in '98, the town went and spot zoned the 2 acres directly south of me, which was illegal. And because no one protested.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Politicians and our officials doing things that benefits their pockets while hurting civilians. Just like that mayor, the young black lady who just got caught for doing the same thing. Now she wants to, give up her seat as mayor. No, you still need to go to jail.
Within 30 days, it became law that they could do that. In nature, a male will definitely protect his territory. If he doesn't, he'll be overrun. If an animal will do this, why wouldn't a man?
In Marv's mind, this was just another example of the town not...
If more Americans thought like this, there would be less greed in America. I promise you. I don't care what the results were. If greedy politicians were to get their just due immediately, a lot of countries wouldn't be the way that they are now.
treating him fairly.
You put yourself in my shoes and tell me how you would feel realizing that you've wasted 10 years of your life because of someone's malice.
They knew what they were doing. They were trying to run him out of town.
I could shoot the truth in their face, and they couldn't deal with it. And I'm sorry. They're going to have to deal with it. And the world will write stories about how wrong I am. And without a doubt, I wish it could be done a different way. But there is no way to make this right. You picked on the wrong man. I wasted 13 years of my life down there because the Thompsons were pissed off that I bought that property. We know he wants to get out of there. We know he knows he's screwed. Let's really screw him. You know? That's exactly what their attitude was. And they did. I had no choice. What was I supposed to do?
This is their fault, man. You can't make people snap, man.
One thing that I have wanted to do is get caught. I had hoped that somebody would catch me and that this whole thing would stop. And that would be a good time for me not to do it.
Things went downhill, and then we quit seeing each other. It was maybe easier to break it up, you know.
And this will be the first time that I've ever done something like that the way they want it to be done, the way they do it. To do it in secret, to do things behind their back, to lie to you. I've had to do that. People ask me, what am I doing? Oh, I'm not doing anything. So here we are, and I am at peace with what I am about to do. People will say, why did he do that? You took advantage of my good nature. Well, I think there's something you should learn here. For as good as a man can be, also can he be as bad. When you visit evil upon someone, be assured it will revisit you. The Thompsons are guilty. The Dochefs are guilty. The Granby Town Board is guilty. The Granby Planning Commission is guilty. It took all of you.
Look at the music just intensifying everything. What a thriller.
10 years to get me. You got me, no doubt about it. I got screwed big time. Enough was enough. You people needed to be taught a lesson. Also be advised, federal hikers are going to be en route with their peacekeeper on a flatbed, right?
If this is what a 7-year-old, 6-year-old man could make, imagine what younger people could make with anger, with seeing the corruption.
About 2 hours. Copy people smoking heavily at 4th and Atkins. We're out of this once again, start watching traffic. Grab your car, grab the ambulance. The door down to Mountain Park Concrete and help secure that perimeter down there.
2 hours into the rampage, Marvin's Killdozer sank halfway into the basement of a building and became stuck. Realizing he couldn't continue, he took his own life, as it was, after all, a suicide mission. And that's how this small town went from demanding $80,000 from Marvin to needing $7 million in damages. It took the police and engineers at least 12 hours to cut through the armor to gain access to the Killdozer. The small town of Granby, Colorado was fortunate for the Killdozer to become stuck so soon, as that machine was nearly invincible. Upon inspection, it became clear that Marvin had thought of almost everything. He had 3 monitors mounted to provide views of the back, front, and sides. To ensure visibility amidst debris and dust, he rigged numerous hoses to a compressed air tank and simply released compressed air to blow everything away from his 5 cameras, which were protected with paint that doesn't stick well in 2-inch bullet-resistant plexiglass. Additionally, he mounted his .50 caliber rifle to point out the back. As mentioned earlier, this is just Marvin's perspective, and the complete story is far more complex. Luckily, the town was evacuated.
I highly doubt it is.
Just in time, so despite loads of property damage,
If everybody around him is saying he's a good dude, and all of a sudden he snaps, I highly doubt that the story is more complicated than what it is. It's politicians and government officials, state officials, city officials
nobody got
being greedy.
got hurt. However, the same couldn't be said about this next rampage. On December 18th, 2021, 20-year-old Joshua Gonzalez went on a rampage in the middle of the night with his backhoe. Joshua was seen driving into homes and flipping cars, with one even being occupied at the time. Eventually, when the police arrived, they also got a taste of his wrath as he flipped their squad cars like burgers before attacking the ambulance as well.
Another American.
Send an ambulance for the other driver.
People think guns is issues. No, idiot. It's just Americans, period. Goodness. I love this country, man.
Driver here.
Hey, is anybody in that car? Do we have a police officer in that car that was just struck?
6 negative. It's my vehicle. 29 and 826 have been totaled.
Is you being called to the police? Copy.
Come on.
Oh my God. You can see him plowing into several cars, including police cruisers.
2 police cars completely destroyed.
Are you alright?
No, I'm in shock.
Why do people ask you if you're alright in the most craziest moments?
Hey, they're screaming.
So, we've watched him rampage for like a good minute or so now. How many shots have we heard fired?
Run, go! Go, he's after you, go! It's crazy, my goodness! Oh my God!
Louis, you gotta get up here.
Oh my God, that's the ambulance.
This dude has snapped.
Check out.
30 minutes into the rampage, Joshua forced the officers to take more extreme measures as it seemed impossible to stop him safely. Joshua died right then and there in his backhoe. Police medics did check up on his wound ASAP, but it turned out to be fatal, marking an end to this nighttime rampage. 3 officers suffered minor injuries during the incident and were taken care of at a nearby hospital. What exactly caused Joshua to do this so suddenly in the middle of the night is unknown. It's a disturbing incident that provoked a lot of questions, but little to no answers. And if they don't end up dead, they sure as hell get plenty of jail time like the father in this next case. Well, nearly the entire family. On June 14th, 2022, a father was wildly swinging his excavator at 2 officers who were trying to handcuff his son, while his mother was also getting involved by pulling on the officers. You know what they say? A family that resists arrest together stays together.
Shout out to this family, bro. Shout out to this family, bro. Protect each other, man. If only certain people of a certain group or community will understand that.
Trust me. Man, stop. Go back. Stop. Stop right now.
imagine what the neighbors go through if they're willing to do this to police officers. How could they possibly think this would help?
What, bitch? Have you seen the police of America? That would just take you whenever they feel like it, arrest you whenever they feel like it, make up a freaking rule or regulation that someone broke just so they can get arrested. What'd you just say?
Help their son. Their son, Brandon, might now finally be in the back of their squad car, but they still have to deal with his parents. Luckily, backup just came in just in time because Dad was more than ready to meet his new prison cellmate.
Put your hands behind your back. Yep. You're getting... You're gonna have to tough like that, boys. Don't take off the work. You might have to. Yep, it will. Don't feel bad. Get away from here. You're getting arrested too. You said they made a mistake repeating the entire time. Get back. Get back. We're done with you. You should be getting arrested as well. You're impeding. Oh, yeah. Now. I'm searching the front of my car. I'm gonna search.
Stay over. Stop and go on. It's
Yeah, you murdered a lot. How'd you get that from?
Because I'm I want to talk to somebody who's smarter first.
Let's not do this again.
I want to talk to one of those guys first.
Yes, sir. Face the cruiser. Face the cruiser.
I just want to talk.
Shout out to this family, bro. Much love, man.
A smarter dude.
I'm out here. Yeah, no. Cool. I'm out here.
It's nice when families do stuff together. Brandon was arrested and charged with aggravated assault against his neighbor. His dad also was arrested and charged with obstruction and 2 counts of aggravated assault against a law enforcement officer. Finally, his mother got off the lightest with just a citation. It's wild how one thing could lead to another faster than you could see it coming. And this next case is the perfect example of exponential chaos. On November 7th, 2001, an unemployed truck driver stole a tractor-trailer rig loaded with lumber in Dallas, Texas, just for fun. It appears that the police are already familiar
Another American.
with him, stating that his whole life has been a criminal chase. This guy allowed his intrusive thoughts to win, over and over again. However, this time, his actions put the lives of many more people at risk.
An unemployed truck driver decided to entertain himself and the public. Incredibly, many pedestrians are not only enjoying the show, they're actually encouraging the performance.
Yeah, he's great.
This case has been going on for half an hour now. That one guy, he just gave him a high five. Unbelievable.
That was wrong. He was wrong.
But officers know how dangerous this situation really is.
He's on the wrong side of the road and all lanes are blocked.
For every pedestrian enjoying